Hi there, wonderful awakening beings and spiritual souls. Jo Rose of JoRose.com, numerologist and energy forecaster. In this video, I'm sharing with you the numerology forecast for November 2022. But as always, before I do, let's recap what 2022 has in store for us. It's a 6 energy. How do we know this? By adding together and reducing down all the digits of the current year. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 2 equals 6. Simple mathematics. On the recap, and I'm adding new perspective. There are so many words to describe all of the energies, and I stick to the main normally because I want you to focus on the core of the energy. But let's expand. The 6 is about being duty-bound, faithful, sensitive. It's the visionary, dependable, devoted, loyal, reliable, responsible, steady and wise. And on the flip side of this, it can be intrusive, the warrior, anxious, the martyr, oppressive, preachy, domineering, hypocritical, envious. The lesson I'm suggesting this month, based around the 6 energy, is about balance, giving and receiving, not just with others, but also with the self. Where are you negating something in your life? What is it costing another area? And does it make sense for you in the long term as well as the current term? To know more about the 6 energy, do go and take a look at my video, Numerology 2022. Yes, we are coming to the close of this year, but the energy is still playing out. I'll leave the link in the description below. Moving on to November. November is the 11th month. 11 is a master number. Therefore, we do not reduce this down like we did in October. 1 plus 0 is 1. Yes, 1 plus 1 would be 2 in the smallest form of the number, the base of the number. But 11 will remain as a master number. So we add 11 to the current year 6 and we've got 17. 1 plus 7 is 8. So we're playing with an 8 energy. What is that telling us? What is that bringing forward? The 8 is the visionary. It's loyal, reliable, responsible. Abundance, wealth, strength, courage and confidence, to name just a few. The flip side of the 8 energy is it can be abrupt, controlling, possessive, greedy, oppressive, warrior, jealous and power hungry. The lesson I'm suggesting based around the 6 and the 8 energy this month is to balance spiritual with material. How are you doing in this crazy material world, also known as the external world? Last month, did you go within? What did you explore that can raise you up, but at the same time, keep you grounded? It's all about balance and strength this month. Both the 6 and the 8 energy are about balance and imbalance. What might you not be doing? What areas of your life may you be suppressing or avoiding or saying can wait till later? If we're focused solely on our career, yes, we may get successful in our career or we may burn out. But what is it costing you somewhere else? What is your health doing? Your relationships? What is your home environment like? It's about balancing everything, whether that be the meal on your plate or how you spend your time. More still, how you spend your energy. So is there balance in your life, or are the scales tipped one way or the other? The 6 and 8 have many similarities. For example, they both share the visionary, loyal, reliable and responsible traits. Yet at the same time, they both also share the warrior, being oppressive or envious/jealous. Unlike last month when we have an opposite because they're one number apart, this month, we have strengths coming through that can help you depending on which way you're focused in a self-empowering way or a disempowering way. The 8 energy is about power and self-empowerment. I have mentioned a number of times the 8 energy bringing forth the CEO of you. No one knows you better than you, and nobody knows whether you're feeling energized or de-energized. But if you want to remain energized, you need to own your power. Both the 6 and 8 have the word warrior. And I recently heard a statement from a conference that took place in America. And the statement was, is it time to release the warrior, drop the O, and become the warrior, replace it with an A? A warrior is not about war. A warrior stands in confidence and courage. It's passionate, lives by truth, can be compassionate, and it wants to connect. It doesn't want to take, not when it's in a highest vibration. When it's in a lower vibration, yes. And I often talk about the book, The Celestine Prophecy, how we lose or gain energy. There are 4 traits here: the intimidator, the interrogator, aloof, and the victim, the poor me. When we own who we are, when we are the CEO of who we are, when we've set our intention and we remain focused, which is what this month's energy is all about, we can bring the dreams, the goals into reality. The 8 is about the harvest. It's reward and recognition. What we reap, we sow. If we've sown poorly, that's what we'll reap. If we've sown wisely, that's what we'll reap. But on a whole, what we reap is what we most need, not necessarily always what we want. So what are you doing or not doing to stand in your power? It's time to use it or lose it. So looking at power, is somebody holding power over you authoritatively, physically, mentally, emotionally, or financially? What is it all worth to you spiritually? Remember, the 8 energy is suggesting that you balance spiritual and material. The 6th lesson I've said is about giving and receiving. If you spent last month going within, connecting with spirit, your higher self, your consciousness, the overall consciousness, the chances are you will find your true power. Now, while I was putting the notes together for this video, my cat dragged me to the garden. Yes, literally dragged me to the garden. Those that know my cat will know how strong and firm she is when she wants something. Whilst I was in the garden, I was mesmerised by 2 magpies, so much so that I had to come in and look up what the significance was. Numbers and symbols are talking to us in a way that the words are being knocked off from us. Sometimes we tune out from the words, but when we've grounded ourselves, when we've used the 7 energy from last month, then we learn how to be grounded and see that the universe can talk to us in more ways than just physically, our mother tongue or a language. We don't always understand the other language, but sometimes we do. But let me share with you what the significance of the magpies are. Magpie spirit animal and its symbolism is guiding you to take risks, put yourself out there. This is the 8 energy. Own your intention by doing things that you're uncomfortable doing to create change and evolve into the person that you can be proud of. The 8 is about achievement and goals. Set your intention, own it, and watch it come to fruition. The magpie suggests for you to do the things that you have always wanted to do, but have been scared to. What are you suppressing? What have you been holding back? What are you delaying for fear of upsetting another person? All the time you're living your life for someone else, you are not living it for yourself. Take a different approach. Get outside your comfort zone that I call the known zone to avoid looking back at the what ifs, the regrets. You don't need any of those. Take action. See the result as a guiding factor. If it worked, great. If it didn't, let it go. You can move on. There's nothing worse than being stuck, because when you're stuck, You're literally treading water or dying. Create beauty in your life and love with your heart. Be true to your nature and thrive beautifully, even when the world is hard and sometimes ugly. The sixth energy sees beauty in everything. There is a gift in everything, even if it doesn't feel it at the time. When something happens, if you are grounded, you won't retaliate and be reactive. You'll be able to turn it over and see what it's really telling you. Everyone is our teacher. Everyone is our student. This is a good combo example of the 6 and 8 energy. See the gift of beauty even in the ugly. Both 6 and 8 have vision. Embrace your vision and take steps to bring it into reality. I thank the cat and the magpies for that piece that really works well with this video. As I said, November is an 8 energy. In fact, it's actually a 17-8 energy. What do we see here? While we've got an 8 energy playing out, it's also impacted by the 7 and the 1. The 7 is about self-reflection, the 1 about self-acceptance, and the 8 about self-reliance. In this video, I'm going to look at the 17th card in the tarot, and that is a star card. Now, the star card comes after the Tower card. In life, we have a lot of things that crush us down and we get a clean slate to build us up. After we've had a rush of meeting a deadline or a trauma, there is a time and a space for the calm. What has or must fall in your life in order to create space for new growth? The star represents peace after the storm. Now, where in the outside world have we heard someone keep quoting something about the storm? What is the saying? The calm before the storm. And while we're talking about the person that actually delivered that statement back in 2016 at a photo shoot, what is the 17th letter of the alphabet? And are these two connected? And is this the month we're going to see something powerful play out? Emotional upheaval, when fully played out and released, will bring a calm, a stillness, and emptiness, a chance to rebuild from a new perspective. We hear the world's new world order or the awakening. It can flip either way at the moment, because if we was to take another 8 from the tarot, the 8 of Wands, this suggests that everything is up in the air. There is so much going on and it can go any way. But there is movement and it is coming with such a force. Returning to the 17th card, the star card, when we look at the maiden, she is unclothed. She has nothing to hide. She's confident. There is no ego playing out. The 6 and the 8 can bring the ego up. And I'm not saying we have to eliminate the ego, but we do need to tame the ego and allow it to unite with the higher self, the soul, to bring it together and find out what it's all about. The ego belongs in the external world. When we do the inner work, we actually taming the lion within. And while I talk about the lion within, the 8th card in the Major Arcana is the lion, where we see the maiden, the lady, has tamed the lion. There is strength in this. It doesn't all come from fighting and war. Back to this card again. If we look at this card, the maiden has 2 vessels. They're filled. She's emptying one onto the land and the other back into the pool. The one going out onto the land, overspilling it, is showing us again the 8 energy. There is enough. When we release the lack and realize that there is abundance and enough to go round. Because the second one, she's pouring back into the pool of consciousness, ideas and energy. It's all out there. Any one of us can manifest something and make it happen. You just have to remain focused and dedicated and find balance in how you do it. If we've not done the spiritual work, and perhaps you had a taster last month, you certainly will have the opportunity next year, because we're in a 7 for the whole year. But it is the inner work that will reflect outwardly and create the vision that you want to come to reality. If you keep looking at the outer world and allowing that to control you, it will deplete you. I was having a conversation with friends yesterday about how we can go into an environment and the energy can either deplete us and we become a part of that energy, or if we're strong enough and we are the warrior and not the worrier, then we can turn the energy around. If we can raise the vibration, it will energize in a way that fear does not. The strongest form of energy is love. And you know my saying, it's your life, spelled L-Y-F-E. Love yourself first every day. If everybody loved themselves first every day, if everybody was the CEO of themselves, if everybody lived their true life, if everybody believed that there is abundance going on, the energy would shift dramatically. The richness we could create, the abundance we would feel, the joy, the satisfaction, the success, etc. Have you surrendered your power? And is now the time to take it back? Take it back from an internal stance as opposed to an external stance, because that could cause you to go out there and fight and retaliate. That could cause violence and devastation. This is why it's important to have done the inner work or still do the inner work. This is why 7 comes before 8. If we think about the star card coming after the tower card, we have done everything. We have knocked it back down with the tower and we are rebuilding with a greater perspective with the star. This is what the 8 is telling us. What's your vision? Own who you are and start manifesting it. Last month's 7 energy is about intuition, information, technology, intellect, etc. Talking about power and the 7 energy, what took place last month? Well, not just last month. Social media sites are harvesting our data, and not for our own best, even though it was initially labelled for that. Mainstream media and social media are censoring our voices and free speech. With that in mind, Elon Musk finally took ownership of Twitter, costing $44 billion. And that's a really interesting number. 44, 8, we're back with the 8 energy. But 44 is a disciplined, loyal, practical, methodical, reliable way of doing things. The first thing Elon did was go in and sack everybody that censored Trump, that closed Trump's account. So many people were censored. Elon Musk now has the power to bring them back. 8 is about power. In the same arena, PayPal put a new policy in place. Their new policy lets the company pull $2,500 from users' accounts if they promote misinformation. The guidelines on misinformation via these companies is so evasive and hard to follow. You could just say something and all of a sudden they've got the power to take this. What did this do? So many people closed their accounts and PayPal stock plummeted. PayPal stopped that. And then a few days later, or when I looked to make my notes for this video, it's back in place again. We have the power to stop organisations like PayPal by closing our accounts. There are other ways to spend our money. Another social media, Facebook, Metaverse, Zuckerberg, the power he had. A year ago, Metaverse was put into place and just announced that Zuckerberg over this last year has lost approximately half of his wealth. People aren't interested in the Metaverse. People are beginning to see through the illusion. Amazon. Take a look at Amazon. Their stock is down. Their share price sinks 10%. When we buy local, the 6 energy, we're working with the community. If we keep paying into these corporations that aren't listening, that are censoring us, are taking our money and not paying taxes where we are, it's not fair. So let's fight in the way we can without violence as a warrior. stop using them. Cash is king. I just saw somebody share a photograph. They were in a restaurant and on the table it said, if you pay in cash, your bill will be reduced by 10%. Cash is king. Let's do what we can to keep cash alive, because what they're after is a digital currency. I've already said that they've been harvesting our data. Soon we won't be able to do anything because they'll have complete control if we allow it. But we are strong, we are powerful, and we are warriors. Whether it is something in your personal life or something in the collective, we can make a change. You are stronger than you believe.
The 8 is about power, strength, courage. Let me share with you 6 types of courage. Physical courage, to keep going with resiliency, balance and awareness. Social courage, to be yourself unapologetically. Moral courage, doing the right thing even when it's uncomfortable and unpopular. Emotional courage, feeling all your emotions, positive and negative, without guilt or attachment. I've mentioned so many times that our emotions are our sat-navs and they are all equally as important as each other. Intellectual courage, to learn, unlearn and relearn with an open and flexible mind. Spiritual courage, living with purpose and meaning through a heart-centered approach towards all life and oneself.
There are 8 stars in the sky in this card. There are 8 wands in the air. Everything is up in the air right now. Focus on what you want and follow that. Let the rest fall. Stand in your power. One of these stars is bright. Where did the brightest star lead the wise men and the shepherd? This is a biblical war taking place right now. There are so many answers in the Bible, or in the tarot, or in the animals, in the whisper of the trees, out in nature. When you truly own your power, you will be able to speak the language of the universe. Back when COVID was first announced, I did a video. I worked out the numerology, and the numbers of COVID-19 was 369. Nikola Tesla says, if you can understand the power of 369, you'll understand the workings of the universe. It's all about energy, frequency and vibration. And this month, the vibration is about power, self-empowerment. Own who you are. The reason I do these videos, the reason I share about the numerology is because the best way I can help anybody heal, because nobody can heal you. You can only do this yourself by giving you the guidance of the energy, by getting into the flow of the energy, by understanding how your personal energy works with the universe. You will be able to live a life bigger, bolder, brighter and better. It's time to shine like that big star. What else is interesting about these stars is they're 8-pointed. This is a strong star. It's like 2 squares put on top of one another to an angle. If we was to put a line around those points of those stars, we'd have an octagon. An octagon is the shape between the square and the circle. The square is about matter and the circle is about spirit. What makes man different, you might ask? It is said that man is the link, the bridge between spirit and animal. The church has been known to have said in the past that man is the link between the angels and the animals. We have consciousness, and it's been depleted because we've surrendered our power in our everyday lives, because the publicity and the propaganda is all about fear and lack. Our power has been hidden. Everything is in plain sight. It's put out there in the movies and denied in the news. One of the most famous illustrations, pieces of artwork that we have all seen comes from Leonardo da Vinci, 1419. the Vitruvian Man. It depicts a man in two positions, one with his feet together and one with his feet apart. What we have here is the 8 points of the star. Surrounding him is a circle and a square, matter and spirit, matter and energy. You may think that you are just you, just one person, just a pawn in the game of chess. But you have more power than you know. Because if you understand the game of chess, the pawn can become any piece. This week, I heard a new song release that I want to talk about in this video. I would love to play this video, but obviously I do not have the copyrights. The song is from Adele and it's called I Drink Wine. And I want to focus on just some of the lines, but I highly recommend when you finish watching my video, you go along and listen to this. She starts off singing, "How can one become so bounded by choices that somebody else's make? How can we? When did we let go of our vision, our destiny, our dreams, just to fit in and belong in a system that is failing us?" The next line, "How come we've both become a version of a person we don't even like? How can you like the person you become because it's not the person you are?" With numerology, and I do readings, consultations and mentorships, but with numerology, it's the guidebook of who you are. If you follow that, if you Innerstand, you have everything set in place for the designer lifestyle you chose in this lifetime. You have everything set in place for abundance and joy. Further on, they say to play hard, you work hard, find balance in sacrifice. And yet I don't know anybody who's truly satisfied. If you feel you've got to work hard, it's effort and it's going to drain you. This is why I say when you do what you love, it doesn't deplete you. It empowers you. Using the passion of the 8 energy will allow you to bring forth the things you want to manifest in your world. The chorus goes, "So I hope I learn to get over myself. Stop trying to be somebody else." That's what I'm saying. Who are you being to fit in when you really need to stand out? That's a better way of belonging. Become the light. Shine bigger, bolder, brighter and better. Become the inspiration. 8 is the number of leadership. The chorus continues. "So we can love each other for free. Everybody else wants something. You just want me." Have you noticed that people are in your life until they've got what they want and then they disperse? I certainly have. And these last few years have really brought that to the forefront. When you become you, you will attract people like you. And you are the value of the 5 people that you share your life with. Another verse starts, "Why am I obsessing about the things I can't control? Why am I seeking approval from people I don't even know?" Let me ask you, why? Why are you worried about everybody else and at the same time negating yourself? Own your power. Get balance in your life. Don't let somebody else or something else control you. And that includes money. This month is the money number. It is about finances and you do need to get them in order. But do you really need everything that you have? We were sitting at dinner yesterday and we were talking about in the power outages that could happen and the darkness and how are we going to entertain children. Back years ago, we lived through the 70s with just this. Families came together and played games under the candlelight, huddled together in the duvet or the blanket. There are other ways to have a more fulfilling life. Not everything needs to be in the black mirror. Further into the song, she sings, "Listen, I know how low I can go. I give as good as I get. You get the brunt of it all, 'cause you're all I've got left." I had to question my children at some point in my life. Why did they always come and dump their stuff on me? Why? Unconditional love. Mum is always there. Sometimes we need to let it out, but is there a better way? The 6 is about listening and counseling. It's about coaching and allowing things to be heard and worked upon. If you're taking it out on someone else, step back. What is it you need to do, or how better can you approach it with the other person? The 6 is about family and connection and communication. Find a better way. Right at the end, she starts talking and she starts, the only regret I have. If you live your life in your power, true to your numerology, you go with the flow of the energy, there won't be regrets. There'll be lessons. There'll be growth. You'll find the silver lining. When you become the CEO of you, when you stand in your power, everything is out there waiting for you. 8 is about money, but the true currency is energy. Treat your energy like you would money. Budget it, save it, find ways to increase it, invest it where you know you will get a return, etc. When you place value on your energy like you would any other form of currency, you will be surprised at how much changes in your reality. Our energy is our true currency. Money is just symbolic for exchange of energy. This is why you pay attention. The system is using money and finance, inflation, cost, lack, etc. against us. Don't waste your energy on things that aren't investing in you and your well-being, you and your family, you and your life. Go within and find the power. Stand in your power. Become your power. Become your truth. If you've liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do, and push that bell for notification. Share my videos with other people. I would love to grow and raise the vibration. It is all about teaching you how to be in the energy, to be your true self. I apologize if this video was a little bit longer than normal, but I want to get this out. I want to show you in this energy of the 8. Flip it on its side. It's infinite. You are infinite. You are beauty. You are amazing. And you can live a great and wonderful life. Take back your power. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.